Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Joe White from Get Life Coaching and welcome to another edition of Live Free. Today we're beginning to focus on, and I'll explain what I mean in a second, beginning to focus on a paradigm that has one of the strongest gravitational pulls imaginable. That this pull, this paradigm affects individuals and keeps them stuck there, perhaps for a lifetime. It affects communities, nations. There's a global effect of this. We're talking about learned helplessness. So today we're going to kind of diagnose the issue a little bit, and then the next issue, and maybe the edition beyond that, we'll give you some tools how you can change it, whether it's affecting you, someone that you love, or even a group and beyond. So what is learned helplessness? Well, learned helplessness is when an individual, and we'll talk from that perspective today, when an individual believes that the obtainment of their map, of what they want in life, of the basic needs, the emotional needs that drive all of us, is unattainable. When there's absolutely positively no way of changing. It's that Bill Murray movie, Groundhog's Day, when every day is the same day. Every day gives you the same result. No matter what you do, you can go right, you can go left. You ever been stuck in traffic and you try to avoid the traffic? And I remember one day I was going to the beach and it was a big traffic jam. And I got off the turnpike and I went the back road, and that was an absolute mess too. So then I went another way, and that was backed up. And I went another way, and backed up. And I just wanted to pull up the road. It was part of me just wanted to turn around and go home. But obviously you get through that. But with learned helplessness, that's what you do. You pull off the side of the road and say, you know what? There's no way I can get there. Even when traffic dies down, even when the roads clear up, for that individual, there's no way of getting from point A to point B. And eventually we throw our hands up and we quit. And we accept our life's conditions of where we're at is always going to be that way. And we can't change it. That's where we settle into learned helplessness. And that's when the blinders go on. And that's where we begin to just go through the routine. And it affects us on so many different levels. Eventually, that becomes part of our identity. As it becomes part of our identity, it meets our emotional needs. We create beliefs and structures. All those factors are important here. But the key today is at least to focus on what learned helplessness is so we can identify it. So there's three conditions to diagnose this thing called learned helplessness. Number one, the individual believes that this problem is permanent. Kind of like we talked about before. It's never going to go away. Step two, that it's personal. That it's about me. It's not because this situation, like everyone's out to get me. It's that type of syndrome. That it's not because the economy is going through such a challenge, the fact that I can't find a job, okay? I'm seeing so much of this right now. People who are trying to find a job, keep their families together financially, are going through this pattern of learned helplessness because they think, you know what, it's all about me. And when it affects us on the level of a person, we can't help but respond or react in a way, and very often it causes us to give up. And the third key is pervasive. I think it's one of the more important ones of the three. I think they're all weighted very strongly, but the pervasiveness, think about this, that it not only affects me in this area, but it's all areas. It doesn't matter. It's work, it's my family, it's my health, it's my sports team, it's everything I do. It's like the reverse of the Midas touch. Everything I touch turns to crap. And no matter wherever I go, it's crap. Because we don't have a safe haven, and we have a place of outlet, a place to feel enough, to feel abundant, to feel like we actually have some control. Key part there, okay? So something permanent is pervasive and it's personal. We don't feel we have a lot of control, not even over ourselves sometimes, or what we think, what we say, what we feel, what we do. So if we don't have any control of what goes on outside of there, and we think what's outside of there is out to get us, and it's not just me, I mean it's not just everybody, especially it's me, and no matter where I go, it's gotten to that place too, we can't survive. And we throw our hands up in the air. And then we get stuck in this pattern called learned helplessness. And I got kind of alluded to a little bit before, the biggest challenge comes in is when we start identifying that learned helplessness is really who we are. And it doesn't matter if it's about depression, it doesn't matter if we're stuck in grief, it doesn't matter we can't find a job, it doesn't matter in the area of relationship. Every aspect of our lives, people drift into these patterns. Now, how do you get them out of it? You got to come back. Okay, I want to keep you hanging. I want to build a cliffhanger in here. I'll teach you how to get through it. Okay, but begin to identify it. Begin to identify it maybe in your own life, and if you're not, in someone else's life. This is treatable. This is things you can change. I'm a big believer in awareness. If you get enough awareness, if you understand the mechanism, if you demystify something good enough, big enough, strong enough, very often that creates enough space where our brain can figure out a solution. So there we go. Learn helplessness. So until next time, live free. I am Joe White from Get Life Coaching. Have an outstanding day.